Yeah, it wasn't using somebody else's anything, thanks. I would like to see actually police do an investigation because they're not. So that's definitely police corruption. So what was it? I was using someone else's credit card, or using someone else's green card, some other bullshit. No, I'm not using someone else's green card. I applied for my green card. I started the application in 2011 when I finished at Enmore Design Centre in 2010. I was working for Steve Hatchell and Mitri, doing actual design work from 2009 to 2012. However, because I was off work at Star Casino recovering from being mugged, I wrote the design work down as work experience so it would not interfere in my return to work as a VIP host at Star Casino. The reason being is there's more money in the casino industry than there is in the design industry, unless you're going to be an engineering design, and that's a fact. So I was not going to interfere in my return to work at Star Casino. Then I didn't have to. New South Wales Police did it for me because they're still running around in circles with their dicks in their hand. So as for my platinum credit card that I had, yeah, that was actually linked to my savings account. My savings, which back years ago was about 400,000, by 2018 I still had well over 200,000, and for a good reason. Okay, if you actually look, okay, where the money came from, like the sale of my investment property, fixed term deposits for my salary at Star Casino, and savings accounts, then I took my super out. That's why. Okay, that's where all my money is. Okay, so organizations have it wrong. I was still working. See, when I was working for Steve Hatchell and Mitri, working in design, I was getting $25 an hour. So I didn't say anything that wasn't true. You know what? The only thing I've done in my life that's been, well, dis- not really dishonest, but everyone used to do it, cash in hand. I received cash in hand and didn't pay taxes or super on my earnings. That's the only thing I did wrong. Okay, and I've done it a lot. So getting paid cash in hand on top of another salary where I was paying taxes on another salary. I was on a return to work as well, which means I wasn't unemployed. I was receiving my salary from Star Casino and it was getting paid as a salary, not as a benefit. It was a salary. Okay? And that's the facts. What there is a group of people that have been making up stories about me since I met them. Belinda Jeffries. Belinda Jeffries, my hairdresser, since I met her in August 2013, kept trying to work out where my money. Oh, Juzzy, you're not work. Are you not working? How do you have all this? That's what she was doing. Do you know why? Because Belinda Jeffries is heavily involved in drugs and drug dealing. That's why. That's the truth. Belinda Jeffries I met in August 2013, and the first thing she started talking about was Ush, the fat Russian guy that she buys large quantities of cocaine from. Massive amounts, which is over trafficking. How do I know? I saw her. Okay, if she can spend $2,000 a day on cocaine, that's why her staff was on. Well, Johnny Sewell's one of them. The lady who used to do my hair when I first went there as a customer, I think her name was Jess, and she's from like Byron Bay or somewhere. They weren't happy because they weren't getting paid anything because the owner, Belinda Jeffries, was using it all in cocaine and smoking it in cannabis. Although Belinda Jeffries' partner, Claude, is the cannabis dealer. That's why people like her look at someone else's life like mine as like he drives a BMW. He's got all this money. Where's it all come from? And was actively as a hairdresser, as my hairdresser, actively looking into my life to see where my money came from, which is all this is criminal. Even if you're friends with the Toomer's, say like Phoenix Keating or Anthony Toomer, his uncle, it's still criminal. Okay, do the Toomers want to protect Belinda Jeffries? Because what she did was criminal. So does Anthony Toomer. You want to protect her? Go on. Looking into my life and projecting your issues, she's got massive amounts of drugs issues, massive amounts of alcoholism. You want to keep it up? Because I'm not shutting up. Then try to drag me into it with the bullshit scam she did in 2016. That whole, Juzzy, come over now. She had to go up the road and get money out and pay Ush or one of Ush's runners in 2016, but she couldn't leave the house and leave the kids there alone because Claude was at band practice. Instead, she got me to go and get it, to go and do it. I didn't do the trans. I thought I'm getting dragged in this. Is she going to get me to do the transaction? Okay, she made me get the money out. It was hers for her drugs, and I messaged Giovanni, my partner, said I'm getting dragged into something here. I think she's trying to get me to do the transaction. So I will say that in court, thanks. It's about her drugs and her drug dealing. And she thinks everybody's like-minded to her. I'm not going to wear this because that's cost me well over 200,000 just in my own savings alone, let alone what I had from assets, belongings, the green card to the US, my studies, my return to work at Star Casino, everything. There's no way I will shut up. She was just my fucking hairdresser that I was nice to. Sorry I was ever fucking polite to anybody in my life because that's what politeness and kindness does. Scum fucking bastards like that. So yeah, Toomer's, Anthony Toomer, who I knew from Apex Shoes back when he worked for his uncle. Do you want to, do you want to be part of that whole bullshit with Belinda? I mean, this whole rubbish. Every time my hairdresser would speak to me about an acquaintance of mine, Anthony Toomer, was always like, oh, Anthony's family have got all these alcohol problems, Juzzy. Look at the uncle at Apex Shoes in Paddington. I'm like, okay, don't drag me into this. It's like, are you guys searching social media and looking at stuff to do with my stepfather? I'm like, don't drag me into it, thanks. Okay, I'm talked to Anthony Toomer, thanks. And that's what was going, this bullshit. I've got to take a phone call. Hang on.